Greetings, Mark Silver here. Now, fair warning, this could get a little geeky. If you remember from my first Eurocentric paganism video, the effects of the seasons on practitioners in the southern hemisphere are different from that in the northern hemisphere. Now, if you haven't watched the first one, please go back and watch it before continuing on with this one, Eurocentric paganism. One thing you should know about me is that I'm a knowledge junkie. Many times I learn as much from teaching as my students do. I also learn from other experienced practitioners, and I would like to think that they learn from me as well. Not always. Sometimes my posts are a little stupid. Oh well. Dogma may never have a firm hold on me, and if it ever does, I'll be hanging up my robes, so to speak. So, a fellow practitioner in the southern hemisphere mentioned that Deocil and Widdershins seem reversed to her, that it feels more natural to set Widdershins and banish Deocil. Blasphemer, I replied. No, I didn't really. Remember what I said about dogma? I actually thought about it and replied that, yes, I can see where that is possible. I then sent an instant message to a student of mine in the southern hemisphere and asked her opinion on it. She had a feeling that what she was reading and learning was just not working for her. For some reason, it seemed off and it set her off. Eureka. She replied that it could explain a lot. She showed me a video about water running down the drain differently down there than it does up here. Now, after some research, I discovered that the Coriolis effect, Google it if you don't know what it is, does not affect small water flow, but does affect larger systems such as cyclones, which swirl one way in the south, and hurricanes, which go the other way in the north. But a combination of that effect and the Earth's electromagnetic field may indeed have something to do with the way magic works. The Earth's north and south poles work in the same way as magnets do, right? And magic is a form of energy, specifically affected by the seasons, where you're practicing it, and most importantly, the energy around you. Now, in a seemingly unrelated discussion with a friend in the UK, we were talking about how VR systems, like in the new series Reverie, could replace normal path working as a connection to the astral. She mentioned a machine which could put one in a trance state using frequency modulation, and inspiration struck. You know the word vibes, right? Everybody does. We speak of it all the time when discussing metaphysics, magic, and New Age beliefs. Vibes are basically frequencies, different modulations or frequencies of energy. So what you pick up in certain situations or from certain objects is the frequency of that thing or that situation, the vibe of it. So the vibes in the south, which my student felt, and the vibes here in the north were subtly different. Different enough to cause her disturbance at what I was teaching and what she was picking up. So there was just that little bit that was off about it, that was setting her off. Another theory came to mind about witchcraft being both a macro system and a microsystem, such as that described in quantum physics. Don't worry, I'm not going to get into it now. I can see your eyes glazing over already. Suffice to say that it's fodder for thought, and that I've got some scribblings going on it right now. If you do want to discuss it, leave some comments on my YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to pose some questions to you. In your experience, do you recognize that vibes vary from location to location in relation to the elements as I described in the first video? Do you agree that the difference between the southern hemisphere and the northern could affect your magic? And do you think that changing the frequency or vibe, so to speak, of your magic could affect the outcome one way or the other. And of course, the ultimate question, do you think that the astral plane, or higher plane, depending on your wording, could be reached by changing your own frequency or the frequency of your magic? I think the astral plane actually has a different dimension as described in quantum physics, but that's just my take on it. I truly would like to hear your thoughts on all this. Leave a comment on my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/user/theelementalpath, or in the place where you found this video. And please keep the discussion civil. There are bound to be differences of opinion on this, but it does not have to devolve into an argument. Before I go, I'd like to thank my friends Stella and Jenny, and also my friend Gemma from the Goddess Cave at Blogspot, for their stimulating conversation which sparked this train of thought. And, as always, brightest blessings. Mark's over out. For now.